So, hi. Welcome to Juice Podcast. I'm Gwen Douglas.
I'm Emily Harmon.
Today we're joined by
Florian Schramm from Standard Series Pizza.
Awesome. And we're sitting here on the terrace. It's a beautiful day. Definitely a go-to here in Berlin on the weekends.
Yeah, I think it's our favourite pizza restaurant in Berlin, Standard, isn't it? You're definitely a regular here.
I try to be. I avoid all other pizza joints.
Liar.
No, that's actually not even a lie.
Yeah?
I've only ever tried two other pizzerias in Berlin in 3 years.
But you're happily coming back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Course,
That's good sign.
Of course, yes. So, today's episode, obviously, is pizza.
Yeah, we're back to our junk food pairing, and we thought we would talk about the wines
Why
that we
junk
like.
food? Sorry to interrupt you at this early
All right,
stage.
that's good. No, that's a good
That's a
question.
good question. Good clarification.
But we do have a junk food series.
But I think when we say junk food, we mean like
Comfort food.
Comfort food.
Comfort
I think
food.
it's
Then
probably
put it
the
like
better.
this.
Yeah.
Then put
The
it like
comfort
this.
food series.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good distinction. There's definitely a difference between Rissa chicken and standard pizza.
Thank you.
Yeah, huge difference. So today we've each brought a favorite pizza one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start. Maybe we should start with Florian's because it looks like
He's in.
The bottle is soon
Yeah.
gone.
We just take a little sip of yours.
Of course. Yeah, I choose the Vino Rosso Leggero from Pranzegg winery.
It's lovely.
Martin Goya. Like cuvée from Gragnano, Merlot, and I don't know, one more thing.
okay. And this is from Alto Adige, from the north,
Yeah,
Dolomites.
exactly. Very close to Bolzano.
Yeah.
Quite steep mountain winery. Very interesting guy, I find. I never met him in person, but yeah, things I heard about him was he has like a very it's a very tiny winery and very hard to harvest. All these things, like 6 to 8 acres, and yeah, all his wine is like natural produced. It's like bio or ecological, and or even like Demeter, I don't know. And yeah, his father died when he was very young, like I think around when he was 20, and he had to take the decision: is he doing the wine thing or not? And he made it all up. And
So he decided to take over, just to
take
go for
over
it.
and make everything how he think wine should work. And yeah, he makes this beautiful light red that has a huge tradition actually in north of Italy, as far as I know. Like these light reds that are mainly then were always put on the menus at pizza wine. It were like these shitty Vernage or whatever, like this like these cheap red wines that are mainly called pizza wines then. Yeah, but I think this is
very drinky.
very positive exception.
This is almost a brunch wine, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, it's breakfast
this
for me
is a
right
breakfast
now.
wine.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
I just had a poached egg with avocado at home, and I was not expecting drinking right now, but I can totally do that because it's beautiful. It's
Yeah, it's really nice. I can see where you're
I mean, we're
carrying it
sitting
around.
here under an umbrella, but it's obviously warm. The sun is heating a bit through already. I'm a bit sweaty, but this wine is
It's super
This
refreshing.
wine is a good
It's
choice.
really nice. I would even maybe drink it a little bit colder myself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was standing in the sun for 15 minutes now.
You've been pawing it with your hands for 15 minutes.
Into the ice. And so why did you choose this for your pizza wine then? Out of everything on your wine list, why did you choose this today?
Because
You felt like drinking it.
I felt because
That's usually why we choose wines.
exactly no, but for me it was a bit like I love to go a little bit. Why does a white wine always have to be the first pick? And
Yes.
it's like a little bit like this when the sun is out. Everybody's like, we have to drink a white wine, white or bubbles.
Yes.
Yes.
So I choose a red wine that should be drinking a bit chilled, like maybe like a 12, 14, and not much warmer, or even a bit colder. And I think it's a beautiful exception. And I think if you're not seeing the color of the wine and have it drinking it chilled, it doesn't necessarily need to be a light red. It can be also like a bit of a body white or whatever.
Yeah, rosé.
I can also imagine this being great with pizza.
Or a beautiful,
fresh, not too
nice
tannic.
rosé. Yeah, it's very juicy. Has a nice.
It's
delicious.
afternoon wine. Yeah, it's very nice. Very good pick.
Thank you.
Next time I come, I get a
I
bottle.
didn't. Yeah, I've never tasted this wine before. I really like it.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, we like that. When
And
people
11%,
try something we haven't
alcohol.
Yeah, and I always
Perfect day drinking.
I do
All day
I
drinking,
do
yeah.
recommend that wine lately a lot to my guests, and all of them are ordering a second bottle.
Yeah, because it's like
It's really it's not a joke. It's like really they're like, whoa, we didn't
Because you-
expect
yeah,
that, and
right,
it's like,
exactly.
wow, it's so drinky, and you're eating the first piece of pizza, and they're like washing it down, and then second bottle. It's even nice for dessert, and you're like
Yeah,
having
totally.
it. It's like perfect.
carry you all the way through
Yeah.
the meal.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I love it.
I think because it doesn't feel boozy at all. It feels like almost fruit juice for adults.
Yeah.
That you're drinking it and you're like, oh, this is fine. I'm not getting drunk. And then probably, after about 6 bottles on the table, you might feel a bit drunk then.
a little bit tipsy maybe.
Yeah.
If you're just two people, yeah.
It's one of those wines which you'd be like, this is not going to give me a bad hangover if I just stick to this.
Like you think that, but
but then you drink more, so you get the hangover after.
then it ends up because you're like, who needs water when I have this? Like the water.
That's really good wine.
So we're definitely not spitting. Here we go.
As Gwen would say, down the hatch.
I was about to say that.
She never needs prompting to empty her glass. Her glass is usually
I'm
always
always ready.
empty before mine.
So before you pour more of that, we're going to try something else.
All right.
I think
Which one do you want to go
I think we
with?
should start with yours because it's lighter.
Okay. So I've very cute. Emily pointed out this little gold star on my bottle.
So sweet. She's put on it herself.
So Lucas and I have
It
this.
wasn't a present.
No, Lucas and I have this system where if there's a
okay.
star on the bottle, then
You're not allowed to open it without
have
the other
to-
person.
Yeah, there has to
Oh,
be.
wow, that's cute.
So I brought it back from Naples when I went a couple of years ago, and I've been saving it to bring to have
Cantine
with pizza.
Astroni, okay. Nice.
So hopefully it's.
Lucas did suggest we do an episode of star wines, the wines
Yeah.
that you keep for special occasions.
The star,
I was like,
the
that's
star
so
wines.
sweet.
Oh, I party poured everybody. I'm sorry. So this is a sort of.
What's the name of the wine?
Oh gosh. Penisola Sorrentina.
Sorrentina, Gragnano, 2016.
So I bought this. Sorry, I made a huge mess of the table. I bought this because this is what I was drinking in Naples with pizza everywhere.
And it's
I
funny
really fell
because
in love
till
with
you
it.
talked to me about it, I actually had to Google it because I'd not heard of Gragnano. And the first thing that came up was Italians drink beer with pizza, and if they don't drink beer, this is their go-to.
So it's also kind of in the same vein as the one you picked, actually. In the sort of like,
It is.
Anyway,
Cheers.
Cheers.
so this is coming from the hills around Naples, right? Gragnano's the town.
Right. So it's like, yeah, right there. It's not far from it. I think the first introduction I had to it was more like a farmer wine when I was having lunch. When I was having lunch there with a family, they were pulling out unlabeled bottles with crown caps. It was super spritzy, a little bit bitter, but still juicy.
Yes.
And it was like the perfect accompaniment to everything.
I guess
And
because
spent
when
the
you
whole week
taste it, there's a little bit of residual sugar there.
Yeah.
And that's the style. So it's a little bit, I guess, like a Lambrusco almost.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Here come our pizzas, just on cue.
That's me.
Holy cow, that looks good.
Yes, it does. So anyway, I picked it because the whole week that I was in Naples, that's all I drank was this with everything. Just buying bottles of it. Because I like the little bitterness that I was tasting in Naples.
It's low in alcohol as
Yeah,
well,
totally.
right? So it's
Also a good daytime
a good daytime wine.
drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, our pizza's just got here, so I've totally, lost focus.
I could see that.
What am I talking
like, I
about?
don't even know what I'm saying.
I'm
just like, just can't help myself.
I pretend I still know and I'm still focused, but
No,
I'm only...
I can't.
Yeah, I can
Emily's
see.
gone with the margarita that looks very good, and I have the Nduja, which is delicious.
This is one of the few places where I really look forward to eat the crust of the pizza.
Same.
Here goes. I give it some perks and nice.
Thank you.
So, yeah,
Thank you.
unfortunately, I don't have much else to say about the wine.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I think it's nice. It's refreshing. It's got that bit of bubble. It's sparkling.
I also love a cold red, so
Yeah, very nice.
perfect.
Yeah.
It kind of made me think of when I was drinking it in Naples. It's kind of like the Coca-Cola of wines.
Yeah, it does. It
Because
is.
it has this sort of a little bit sweet, the bit of spritz. It's
Yeah.
perfect with something that's mid-afternoon cheesy
I think
pizza.
it's also that the saying that we always go back to of what grows together goes together.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, you know, that's obviously where the tradition is of the two of them being paired together. It's what's
Right.
local.
I wish I could have brought back more of the farmer wine that we had because
So when you say farmer wine,
just like from a local producer, unlabeled in a sort of recycled 2-liter bottle,
so like you get it in the
like really rustic,
yeah.
like maybe from a friend's, you know, little patch of vines that really like what we were drinking at friends' houses were really this unlabeled, but in the same style, a bit spritzy, a bit juicy, served chilled. So,
Should we go on to the third?
Let's do it.
There's a spare one here. So I kind of was, well, I wasn't quite so considered as you in your choice, thinking about things that were local and everything else, and I haven't been to Naples yet. So,
You've never been to Naples?
no, I'm going in a week actually.
Oh wow, cool.
So I just, whenever I think of pizza, I always think of juicy red wines that I want to drink a lot of, and in almost in an unlimited capacity. So I didn't choose anything super expensive but I choose something super delicious and drinkable. So I feel like we all kind of had that in mind of like how much can we drink, how can we have like multiple bottles of it. So this is Tragolargo Monastrell 2018 from Vinessens. So this is coming from Alicante in the south of Spain. 2 kilometres from the sea, relatively high up. They've got sandy soils, so all the vineyards are pre-phylloxera. The vineyards actually used to be owned by a very famous natural wine producer called Rafa Bernabe.
Can we try it?
Yeah, of course,
I already
yeah.
have,
Mate, there's a reason why her glass is
I'm just like,
empty.
I'm fucking into it.
I'm talking, she's drinking usually.
Like,
And,
tell me more.
But for Monastrell, it's, I mean, and with food, it's obviously a bit richer than the wines before, and it's got a bit more tannin, but I think it's a bit rustic, and I kind of like it for that.
That'd probably go well with the pizza I picked. I like it. I think it's actually really nice that we all kind of went in the same direction.
Yeah, we kind of gone up
And
in...
funnily, exactly, starting from a very light point with the wine that I picked,
Yeah,
moving
Just
forward,
something a little
moving on to
heavier.
yours,
Yeah.
and then something a bit more
kind
fuller.
of like it's like I can taste it's the Spanish wine a
Yeah,
little bit. Like,
yeah, you can feel the sunshine,
yeah,
definitely.
you definitely feel the sunshine.
Yeah. Bit spicy, black fruit, great with tomato sauce.
Also,
And I always choose margarita for my pizza of choice is always margarita.
I just like spicy stuff, so then I always go for whatever's spicy, and if not, then it's margarita. And I've already ordered a calzone takeaway.
You should take it back now.
I can't concentrate anymore because all I want to do is eat this pizza. We would love to hear what pizzas.
Where are you eating your pizza? Send us some pics of you if you're Berlin based. Send us some pics of you eating pizza at Standard with your wine choices.
And otherwise, tell us. We just want to know what you're drinking with pizza, because maybe you have some interesting options for us.
And what your pizza pairing is.
Yes, we want to know pizza pairings, and we'd love to hear any ideas that you have for comfort food episodes. in the future.
Exactly. Tell us your favourite comfort foods and your favourite comfort food pairings.
And we'll maybe
I'm happy that you're picking now the word comfort food.
I know.
Instead of junk food.
I think you're totally
We're at
right.
Standard, waiting for some junk food pizza.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, fair
You're
enough.
totally
yeah.
right. No.
All right, you've called us out on it. I'm feeling very uncomfortable
Yes.
about what I said at the beginning.
blush
My
now.
cheeks are red, and it's not the heat.
Emily's blushing.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a while.
Florian.
Ooh la la. Okay, so on that note, you can find us
Cheers.
on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram at juice.podcast.
On Twitter at juice_podcast.
Or you can pick yourself up a tote bag. I think it fits like 7 or 8 bottles at juice.show. And you should visit Standard Pizza at Templiner-Strasse 7.
Exactly.
7.
We'll add in the tags so you'll be able to find information on Standard and also on the wines that we have tasted today. Thank you, Florian, for...
It was a big pleasure.
Cheers, kids.
Cheers again.